Hey guys, Captain Grimm here, coming back with another 911 Dispatcher EMT story. Now, this one today is called The Zombie. Now, this was from my time as an EMT. Gosh, this happened many years ago. But I hadn't been an EMT for too long on the 911 dispatcher truck. Because when you're an EMT, there's two different kinds of jobs you can do. There's the convalescent runs, where you're on a truck and all you're doing is taking people back and forth to like dialysis or doctor's appointments or other things like that all day. It's not an emergency situation. They're just people that can't go by car or something else. They need someone medical to be taking. They need medical care en route to locations. And so I started off on one of those trucks for a while. And then the other kind is where you're on a 911 truck, where you're usually with a paramedic or it's an EMT and a driver. It varies. It just kind of depends on the department. But on those trucks, you just sit around at the station or whatever, and then you only take 911 calls and you respond to those. And so that's kind of the truck that all EMTs, paramedics, everybody wants to get on. And so I finally got on it. And so we taken this call. What had happened, this husband and wife had gotten to an argument, and not really sure what it's about, but it started getting really heated and everything. And the husband got upset and he started threatening that he was going to kill himself. And he went and got his gun. So his wife ran out of the house and she ran next door. And when she ran over next door, she called the police. Now, somewhere between her talking to the police and that particular dispatcher talking to, or somewhere between her talking to the dispatcher and the dispatcher talking to the police, something got messed up, because the husband had come out and he was pacing on his front porch with a gun. And, the wife she stayed over at the neighbor's house with the doors locked. Well, when the police got there, they should have went to the house he was at first. But for some reason, they had them go to where she called from, which, when you call into 911, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what's your address? Where are you at? Because that's what we need to know. Because even if the phone call gets disconnected after that, we still know where you're at. And so we can still send you help out there. But if we find out, oh, you've been shot in the leg, but then the phone disconnects and we don't know where you're at, well, there's not anybody coming to you because we don't know where you are. When you call in from 911, we can do the ping your number, but sometimes that goes through, sometimes it doesn't. And when it does go through, it's only accurate within like 500 yards or something. I mean, it's a pretty good radius. Like if you're in a neighborhood, there's gonna be like 12 houses possible you could be in. We can get in that area of it, but we're not going to be able to pinpoint like your exact house. Now, if you don't have a lot of houses close to you, then we're going to pick your right house. But so anyway, they went to the house that the wife was at, the neighbor's house. And so when the husband saw them, he put the gun in his mouth and blew his brains out. And he fell off the porch and fell into the bushes. So at that point in time, he's dead. So me and my partner back at the station. I'm pretty sure we were playing Diablo 3 at that time. He was my partner. He was about my dad's age, but he liked video games, and he used to play them when he was younger. And I got him back into Diablo 3, and so we would sit there in between runs and stuff, and we play the Xbox and play Diablo 3. But so we loaded up and we went out there. We thought we were just pretty much going and picking up a body. We got a call for a male party in his 40s, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, unconscious, unresponsive, not breathing, which pretty much means they're dead. So they said that CPR was not, they weren't doing CPR on him. So we get out there, I bring the bag and everything, because on cases like that, we still had to hook them up to the monitor and make sure that they're gone before we load them up. But so anyway, so we're walking up to do that. I've got the heart monitor and everything. And we're standing there talking to the officers for a minute, and then we start walking over to the guy laying in the bushes. And all of a sudden we hear, and we all freak out. His hand starts moving and shit. We all freak the fuck out. I drop the monitor and start backing up. One of the officers fucking falls over on the ground. The other one pulls his gun out, and I swear to God, he fucking says, "Holy fuck, it's a zombie." And I about fucking died. We were all freaking the fuck out. This dude just starts breathing, and we go over there. And so we hook him up to the monitor at this point, and he's fine. I mean, he's not fine, but he's fine. Like, vitals wise and everything, like his blood pressure was good. He was breathing. His heart rate was fine. He just blew out the top part of his head. And so at this point, it becomes a completely different call. We're not just picking up a body at this point. We're trying to save this guy. And so I loaded him up in... So we loaded him up and everything, got him in the ambulance. And so we started flying down there and everything. And it was just a mess, guys. It was bad in the back of that ambulance, as you can imagine. Us trying to stop the bleeding and keep everything together. And but it was just a matter of transporting him. So whenever we get calls like that, there was a big trauma hospital that we would take him to, and there was a certain room in there. It was called Room 9. And it was always really cool if you got to take somebody to Room 9, because you got to go past all the other EMTs and paramedics that were standing there in line with their patients. Because still, some people think if you go by ambulance, you just go right back. No. You still have to wait in line there. And then if you're not, like if you just got like a stomach ache and it ain't nothing bad, or you like tore your fingernail off, or you got a cut that's not bleeding profusely, they're going to stick your ass out in the waiting room with everybody else. It's not just a ticket to bypass unless it's something like, what we were bringing in. Well, in that point, ours is something that you get to bypass everything. So we get to walk past all those people, and we press a button. And then these doors open up, and you just start hearing this alarm going off and this mechanical voice going, "Room 9, Room 9, Room 9. And so we go in and we move the guy over to one of the tables. And then these two doors open, and in floods probably about 20 doctors and nurses. And they just fucking come out of everywhere and just immediately start asking us, age of patient, what's going on, what happened, and then just start getting to work and everything. And so they got him stabilized. But what had happened, he had used a 9mm to do it. And it had... It hadn't damaged the part of his brain that regulated, breathing and your heart rate and all that. It had only damaged, like, the personality part of his brain. And so he wound up passing away about 3 days later. But that was the story of the zombie. We were 100% sure this guy was gone. And then he started breathing randomly out of nowhere. And I still can't believe that cop pulled his gun and said it's a zombie. I can't make some of this shit up, guys. It's so insane, some of the shit I've seen and experienced doing these jobs. It's fucking madness. But, so if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. Sorry for my shitty-ass gameplay in the background. So I'm Bot King doing bot things. Yeah. But if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Please do that. Use code Misfit Captain Grim in the shop to be an absolute fucking legend. And ring that little ding-a-ling bell to get notified of all my bullshit. And remember that you guys are goddamn bloody motherfucking legends. Love you guys.